Welcome to the Undisputed podcast. I'm your host, Jenny Taft. On today's show, did the Jets have the inside scoop on Matt Stafford in their blowout win against the Lions? Plus, rapper and DC sports fan Wale goes head-to-head with Skip over, yes, the NFC East. And Hall of Famer Rod Woodson explains what went wrong for the Raiders and John Gruden against the Rams. Skip, Shannon, let's get to it. The Jets dominated the Lions last night in Detroit. They forced 4 Matt Stafford interceptions, including a pick six in the 48-17 blowout win. After the game, Jets linebacker Darren Lee said, quote, "We knew his signals. We knew everything. It seemed like we were in his head." Joining us now, Hall of Famer Rod Woodson. Thanks for being back with us today.
Thanks for having me.
How much do you think this helped the Jets defense?
Well, first of all, Darren Lee, you have his signals. You don't know if you might play these guys again. You don't tell the world you have the signals. Why do these guys in the all sports, think that they have to say everything that runs through their head? Come on. Now, if you have the signals, it's a lot easier to play. It is a lot easier to play when you have the signals. But you think about it, I'm watching the one interception when he got the pick six.
Right.
It was a double follow.
Right.
All right. The linebacker didn't go with the first shallow crosser. Right. That is Matthew. He has to see that.
Right.
He played like a rookie last night.
You're talking signals or no signals. You just
Absolutely.
have to see.
Yeah. He has to see that as the quarterback and see that the linebacker's still in the hole. Yep. He can't throw that double follow, the last follow to the running back. He has to go to the shallow cross. So it's like when you're watching him play,
you have to explain that to him. They run 2 slants. You're trying to get the linebacker to take the first crossing route. Yep. It's the same thing that happened to Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. They tried to get Alfred to go. Alfred didn't bite, and Tom hit him, and he hits him in the chest for the pick six.
And all of a sudden, he's going the other way.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's the little things when you're looking at a guy who's been in the league for a long time, saying, "How do you not see that?"
Yeah.
Right.
You're talking about Sam Darnold, who's on the other side, who's a rookie, who threw that one interception. You're like, "Oh my God, why would you throw that ball?" But then the rest of the game, he looked like a vet.
Yeah.
His maturity on the field showed. Where you're looking at Stafford, you're going, man, you have to grow. When are you going to grow up? And you've had 7 years for over 4,000 yards and all that. But in that game, in that moment, those type of plays like that was going to kill your football team.
Okay, so you played a lot of high-level Pro Football Hall of Fame football for a lot of really good teams. How often in games did you know other teams' signals? How often did it benefit you?
We had a couple teams here and there that we would have, but over the course of time, sometimes you don't know if there's going to be dummy calls.
Right.
True.
I used to listen to the audible version of the game, so you can hear checks by the
copy.
quarterbacks, the TV copy, so you can hear the quarterback speaking, and a lot of times you get their checks from that. Well, they'll have that dummy call in there. It might be green. Green is a live color. Right. Red next week. The purple's next week. Then they have the live word after that. So you really don't know at times. But at the end of the day, most offenses are formation driven. And, for us, when I look at a formation, normally they're going to run 2 or 3 different things out of that formation. And that's it. And then you just go play football. But at the end of the day, if you can find a signal, does it help? Man, it 100% helps. You just don't have to tell the world that you have it.
But
that's all.
How much does it help to just know run or pass? If you just get that far.
I mean, for the linebackers, it really helps. For the corners and the safeties, it really doesn't matter unless you're in the box safety. The linebackers, they're going to see it like, we had a rabbit and sky call. So rabbit would be when our offensive linemen hands were completely had all their weight on the front of their fingers. You can see the white coming on the front of the fingers. That's a run. Huh. So this rabbit, alert, rabbit. Huh. And then when their hands like this and it's barely touching the ground, that's sky. That's a pass coming. Now, do you know what the combination? Not really, but you have the formation. So in your mind, you're going to dwindle it down to a couple things that they can do.
How often did you get fooled thinking rabbit and it was sky?
Oh, that happened. Yeah. I got caught at the line of scrimmage a couple times, like, rabbit, and I'm running up into field, especially when I was playing safety, and play action pass, and they go right over our heads. So that can't happen.
And especially now where they let the tackles now, they let them stay in an up stance and run block. Yeah. So you meet also, just like defensive, I'm looking at the linebacker and I'm looking at the stance. Oh, he coming. Or if he's square, he's probably going to take me man to man. Skip, it's a whole lot easier. You spend all your time trying to get whatever detail it is to let you know what this defense is going to be in. And if I can pick up anything, okay, he's staggered. I mean, we played one year. We played a linebacker. He would stagger his stance. which means he was coming, but the safety was going to rock and what we call rock and roll. He was going to rotate back to the middle of the field. Okay, well, now okay. Now I know who got me. Now the back is going on the inside is going to take me. Makes my job a lot easier. But Skip, if I know these signals, if I know what Vegas, if I know what Reno, I know what Red China, I know what that was, Woody, too. If I know what that is, you better believe my job's going to be easier.
So the Jets are making the distinction between we weren't cheating, we were studying, we prepared for this, so it's not cheating. Where do you draw the line?
There's no line because, if you're watching the All-22 and you're watching the end zone view, they're giving signals, especially if they're in the speed package.
Right.
They're speaking, they're talking, they're giving signals, and you're taking those signals, you're writing them down. We did it all the time when I was with the Raiders the last 3 years. Okay. So we would go through that the whole time. We would go through the ones that came up over and over and over. The one that came up once, you don't talk about that. Right. But the one that showed up week 1, week 3, week 5, week 7, week 8, we talked about those because if they showed those again, more than likely that was going to happen again. The same type of play, be it, if it's this, which means slant.
Okay, so who's to watch that? Is a coach supposed to watch that, or is a player supposed to watch
No, they'll have people breaking down the film.
Okay.
And then
but during the game, on the fly.
Oh, no, the players got to see that on the fly.
That's what I'm saying. That's up to a player.
That's the player's recall.
Okay.
I mean, coaches give you the tools, and it's the player's job to have the recall on the game to make things happen.
So are they watching? The defense players are watching the hand signals from the sideline?
Absolutely. They're watching and listening to what he has to say.
Right.
Okay.
Or sometimes, Skip, you look like a lot of times you look, if I'm an offensive guy, you look to the defense to see what he's holding up so you can see the personnel running on the field. Yeah. The personnel will also give you a glimpse of what they're going to possibly be in. If I see them coming on the field with 3 bigs, I know they're going to be in a heavy package. They're gearing up for run. Or if I see them trot 3 DBs on the field, I know what they're going to be a nickel or dime package. Yep. So I'm trying to get ahead. I'm trying to get as much information as quick as I possibly can. And the more information I can get, the easier you're going to make my job.
So I can't get too worked up about this because I will never forget that Norv Turner told me after the first Cowboy Jimmy Jerry Super Bowl after the 92 season against Buffalo when they blew out Buffalo. He told me right after the game, they had our signals. They knew every time whether we were run or pass. Every time. Yeah. And it was, I can't remember the score, 52-13.
Like 59-17.
Whatever it was. But the point is, if you're just better than they are, it doesn't matter anymore.
Oh, absolutely.
Right?
Yes, it does.
Okay, so that's why I'm with you about Darren Lee. I don't know why he's beating his chest. This is my take on it, is that he has taken so much criticism from the New York media because he's been considered basically a bust. 2016 20th overall pick out of the Ohio State. Right. And until last night, I forgot he was a Jet. So now he's in there beating his chest afterwards. Look what we did. We knew, his quote is, we knew everything. Well, now your next opponents are going to think, oh, you did, really? Well, we need to change everything.
Well, the thing is, Skip, because that Cowboys team, if you look at them, they were so dominant. In today's game, the teams are not that much separation between the two of them. So it's going to come down to a field goal. It's going to come down to a late possession. And if I can get a head start on what you could potentially be running or what defense you could possibly be calling, that's going to give me a decided advantage. Because, that team, they could have told you we're running. There's nothing you could do with that big offensive line coming down here.
So how did you two feel about Spygate? Because that was videotaping signals that you could take in at halftime and try to decipher.
That's different. That is absolutely different.
How egregious is that to you?
Because now listen, if it's an all-22 film and every team gets it, that's not cheating.
Right.
When one team has it and nobody else gets to see it, that's cheating.
Right.
So that's the problem with Spygate. And I think that's the problem everybody had with it.
And when Roger Goodell sends the memo out, he says if anybody is taping defensive signals from the sideline, stop it immediately. You can tape signals from an elevated perch as if you're taping for the game. If they wanted to tape the signals from the high elevated perch like they're watching the game, so be it.
I'm not sure what the difference in that is.
But Skip, it's like if I say, Skip, you can fish on this side of the pond, but not on that side, I'm telling you what you can and can't do, what's acceptable.
Well, just think about it. Think about it, Skip. You think that you have all your team on the sideline.
Right.
But you have one person designated to film the one person that's giving the signals.
Right.
And normally you're going to have one or two people giving signals on the opposite side. You know who they are. Right. It happens every week.
And again, you have time at halftime to go in and try to break it down.
Right.
to figure it out.
So that's the problem they had with it, and they were even told not to do it with the memo, and still did it.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
and that's where they got.
Our Eric Mangini called, because he came up under Belichick, and he called him the week of their game and said, "Hey, I know you've done it to others, but please don't do it to me."
That thing you do.
Because I know.
Yes.
And
he said, Bill. His words were, Bill, that thing you do, just don't do it to me.
To me.
And Coach Belichick said,
You know what?
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
And then Eric basically said after the game, back to you.
It's kind of like Rod and I, we do some seedy business. Rod, and I get all of a sudden, I say, you know what, Rod, I'm going to go to straight and narrow. I got me a bank now. I'm doing good, Rod. And I know you steal. I know you hitting banks. Just don't hit your boy. I say, forget you. I'm coming to see you at 1 o'clock. Hey, there's a robbery going to happen at 1 o'clock. Coach Mangini had no choice, Skip. All you had to do is just not do it to him, and this thing would have continued to go.
Yep.
Think about that, Skip, because he's not stopping it now. There are very few people that will stop a habit, especially if they think it's benefiting them. They're not stopping that. All he had to do was say, you know what, Coach, you're right. I'm not going to do you. I'm just going to keep it going.
It's been a lot of things that, you think about Belichick. He started in Cleveland. We used to play him. I used to know some of those coaches on his staff.
Yeah.
He used to do things there, I'll just say it that way, that were against the rule.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's in his system. It's who he is.
Yeah.
It's innate in him. But everybody's trying to find a competitive advantage somehow, some way. All coaches.
Yes.
Every single coach in the National Football League is trying to find signals. And think about the offense. 3 technique, okay? They're in the under front. That linebacker lines up over here. They know that blitz is coming.
Right.
It's automatic. They just know it because they only show so many looks. Football is a simple game. It's not easy to play at a high level on a consistent basis. That's all.
That's it.
All right, well, Rod, you're going to stick around a bit because we're going to talk about if it's time to panic in terms of John Gruden and the Raiders. We'll discuss and get your take as well next.
No mercy.
Hey guys, Jenny Taft here, and before the show moves along, I wanted to talk to you about ZipRecruiter. There are job sites that send you tons of the wrong resumes to sort through. That's not smart. But you know what is smart? Going to ZipRecruiter.com/undisputed to hire the right person. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you, it finds them for you. Its powerful matching technology scans thousands of resumes, identifies people with the right skills, education, and experience for your job, and actively invites them to apply. So you get qualified candidates fast. That's why ZipRecruiter is rated #1 by employers in the U.S. This rating comes from hiring sites on Trustpilot with over 1,000 reviews. And right now, Undisputed listeners can try ZipRecruiter for free at this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/undisputed. That's ZipRecruiter.com/undisputed. One more time, ZipRecruiter.com/undisputed. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. Now, back to the show.
No mercy.
John Gruden's second debut with the Raiders got off to a great start when Marshawn Lynch went full beast mode to score the opening touchdown. The Raiders had the lead at halftime, but things went south quickly in the second half as Derek Carr threw 2 of his 3 costly interceptions, the last one a pick-6 by Marcus Peters to put the game away. Here's Gruden on the Raiders' second half collapse.
Obviously, I don't think it was a smashing debut by any sense. We need to get more pass rush, and that goes for all of us, but like I said at the beginning of this, I'm proud of the way our guys competed until the end, and we'll have some more information for you after we study the tape. We had plenty of opportunities to make some plays. We didn't. Obviously, we got fooled on the pick-6 late in the game. Marcus Peters, Talib, those are very good players. And it's the first time we've ever played wire-to-wire as an offense. And we played against a good defense, and they got us tonight.
Well, Rod Woodson is still with us, and I know you spent the last 3 seasons as a coach with the Raiders. So what is your impression on their first game?
Before I get to that, there was a pregame interview that John Gruden did with another network, and he just said that Khalil Mack didn't want to be there. And that is so untrue. He called Khalil Mack. They talked one time when he first got hired.
Yep.
He never called Khalil again. They never had any communications. So what he's saying to the rest of his players from here on out for the next 9 years, if you got a contract and if you hold out, you don't want to be here, I'm not going to have you here. That's what you're saying?
Yep.
So that's the first thing. That chapped me when I saw that.
Yeah.
Secondly,
You know Khalil.
Khalil's not that type of. Khalil wanted to be there. Khalil was, and they needed Khalil though, obviously.
Well, he said, Skip, I don't know, and not to cut you off, Rod, but Al Michaels on the broadcast, he said, they asked him, he said, if John Gruden had reached out to you and he said, you're our best player and, we really want you, how can we get this done? Would you have stayed? He said yes.
This is during the holdout.
Yes.
John did make contact at the
Yes.
very
At
beginning.
very beginning, when he first got there.
And listen, I held out twice. I get it. But when I held out and Bill Cowher's already there, Bill and I talked. We talked throughout the whole time me holding out because that was my coach. I was his player. He was letting me know he wanted me to be there. He valued me.
Right.
Khalil didn't see that value. He didn't see anybody reaching out to him that had any value. But at the end of the day, that's over and done. He had a great performance with the Chicago Bears, even though they didn't win. And we could see last night that they needed somebody to have the pass rush because Jared Goff had all day. He had one sack. And that one sack, he was in the pocket for 5 seconds.
He was.
Right.
I mean, every bit. He had all the time in the world. So they played well overall. They did.
All they got is Bruce Irvin. That's all. He can rush the passer.
Bruce can rush the passer. And then you think about it. For the 3 1/4 quarters for them, they played well. They played solid football.
They did.
They really did.
Yeah.
It was just that last quarter and a half or part of a quarter and the last quarter itself. It's like they just kind of fell apart. And at the end of the day, you look at the Rams, and everybody's saying the Rams. I'm saying the Rams should be in the Super Bowl with all that talent on paper, and it's going to come together. They took some shots down the field. They didn't hit any of those things. You got Gurley who came alive for them, and you think that overall this is a solid football team. But the Oakland Raiders, they had a lot of energy. They had that fan, that Oko, that black hole. They was loud. They were loud, so they were feeding off that energy. And then once they got ahead, once they lost the lead, the energy left, dissipated, and that's when they kind of fell apart.
Before you speak,
Go ahead.
you were around Derek Carr a lot, saw him practice a lot. What is he made of in your estimation? What is he? At the bottom line, what is he?
I mean, he's a good quarterback. He's a tough, gritty guy. Great human being. Great human being. Just got to be smarter with the football.
Yep.
And there's a couple plays. It was the series before he threw the pick six. He could have scrambled. He could have gave a little ground to kind of to extend the play, and he just threw the ball away right in the pocket. Nobody was touching him. And I'm like, Derek, just use
The previous interception.
not the previous interception. He just threw the ball out of bounds.
Oh,
But it was
yeah,
the
yeah, I know
previous
what you're talking
series.
about. Yeah.
But he's a great athlete. When he was at Fresno State, this dude would run around all over the place and make plays with his feet. And God gave him those gifts for a reason, and he doesn't use them. That's what frustrates me more than anything with Derek, because he has these gifts that he could use, and he just stays in the pocket and he just throws the ball away instead of extending plays with his feet, letting his receivers either work back to the ball or try to get open and make some plays, like really unscheduled plays, which really hurts the defense.
The question is, that was opening night. The electricity in the building. But what happens when it's not opening night? What happens when you're on the road and you don't have your home crowd to feed off of? That's when you're going to find out. And Skip, the thing is, it's hard to play defense if you can't generate a pass rush.
Yep.
These quarterbacks are too good now. Even the average quarterbacks, if you don't put them under duress, they're going to complete 6 or 10 of those passes. And it doesn't seem. And the thing is that the Raiders struggle even with Khalil in there to generate a consistent pass rush. Because if we slide the protection to him, we can neutralize him. We don't feel you have guys one-on-one that can beat us on a consistent basis. So now all we had to focus on was Khalil. Now you don't have a Khalil Mack. They can always get what we call scat protection, 5 guys out in the pass route, because they don't feel you have a guy, and Irvin is okay, he'll get a pass rush here or there, but he's not Khalil Mack. So now if we keep entering our backfield and you can't put us under duress, you're asking for trouble.
Yep.
That's what makes the Patriots so great, Skip, is that they're always getting 5 guys out. They want Tom Brady to have the maximum allowable receivers in every pass play. Every once in a while, they'll have the back end and leave him in the chip or Gronk a chip sometimes. But for the most part, they're getting 4 to 5 guys out on every pass play. Offensively, I'm just not sold. I'm not sold on Derek Carr. I've said this before. He had that one great season, Skip, where he was like, I think, 4th or 5th in the MVP voting. But other than that, those mistakes. He can't make those mistakes 4 years in.
No.
You can't do that. And he's still making them.
So, John Gruden has made it very clear this is by far the best quarterback he has ever had to work with, Derek Carr. So John Gruden's going to go as far with his $100 million contract as Derek Carr can take him. And last night, it wasn't far enough. And I get it, because I've been around Derek. He is really a good man. He's got a good heart, good values, but there's been something missing in there that I can't explain. He was getting a little happy-footed last night, and it's easy to do when the pockets collapse inside with those two coming right down. And they weren't doing the ultimate damage. Brockers were doing the two big studs. The elephants are coming forward, but the other guys are making
coming around the edge.
So in the end, it should have been 17-7 Raiders, because Jared Cook was on fire. And if we could quickly see that play in the first half, he's got him. He's got a step on John Johnson, and how tall is Jared Cook? He's like 6'6". Or,
Yeah, he's big. He's big.
He had 3 to 4 inches on him.
Yeah.
Look at this. You got to make this throw, and it's just he leaves it a little short, and John Johnson picks it. This is where you jump out 17-7 on them, and now you got a chance to go win this game in the black hole, because he's throwing it in the black hole, right?
Yeah, but Jared Cook also, he needs to stack that DB better.
Okay.
Because once he gets to that, he just keeps fading. Now what you try and do, you try and stack him, squeeze him, and put him in a trail position so Derek Carr doesn't have to be perfect.
Then in the fourth quarter, 8:08 left, he had just hit Jared Cook for 32 yards. And on the very next play, when I think they're going to come back and get in the game, I don't know what he was even thinking. He looks right, and it's not there, and he just decides, I'm going to lollipop it over to the weak side to Littleton. Little is just, the linebacker just standing in his zone and says, thank you. Like, what are you doing? What is that? What is he thinking? Is he trying to throw it away? I think I don't know. Did he just...
And they really had, I didn't mean to cut you off, Skip.
That's all right.
But they really had matchup issues on the backside for the Rams, because Jared Cook is a good tight end. And you really think about, what is the weakness of the Rams defense? The linebacker.
Linebacker, yeah.
Listen, Jalen Richards, I know he's only a second-year player for the Raiders, but he's a nifty little back.
Yeah,
they never really used him at any capacity in the passing game. And I'm just thinking, that takes the pressure off of your quarterback. And if you're always going to say he's got to drop back 7 yards and he has to find somebody going 15 to 20 yards down the field, that's going to be some issues.
Yep. Why did Littleton, that linebacker, I wasn't even really aware who he was.
Right.
He had 13 tackles last night because he was chasing Jared Cook a lot.
Right.
And he was just having to tackle Jared Cook. So he had 13. But then in the second half, Wade says, I think I want to put Talib on Jared Cook.
And that's what you do. If you got a big physical corner that can play, you match up. And that's what teams normally do. When you have a good receiving tight end, they would always take one of their better cover corners and put them on you. That's what I had to do. Had to deal with Albert Lewis. I had to deal with McDaniels. I had to deal with James Hasty and Dale Carter. I went to the game praying, please leave this linebacker on me. I know it was going to be true, Skip. Please leave this safety on me. I know it was going to be true because they got no chance. Nobody gets a linebacker and says, oh yeah, I'm drafting him number 1 because he's great in pass coverage. You draft a linebacker because he can go get the quarterback.
Right.
That's where you draft him. You draft safety.
I mean, unless it's Sean Lee, but just.
Oh my goodness.
Oh God.
Come
on.
Where'd that come from?
Because he talking about Sean Lee.
I know.
Can you tell him Sean Lee and Luke Kuechly are not in the same category?
Yeah, because Sean Lee's a little above Luke.
Luke Kuechly he's a game changer.
Yeah.
He's a
So is
generational player. And I like Sean, outside of staying healthy. But Luke Kuechly is a difference maker, and he's a generational player, where generational players mean that he could have played in our era, he could have played in the 70s, he would play good football no matter what.
Is last night watching Jared Cook, I was having flashbacks to a play that happened at Jerry World in a playoff game against my Cowboys.
Pull that up,
Rip my guts out.
Healy, you got that in the camera? Roll it, Healy, right quick.
No.
He went to Jared.
No, he went to Jared. It was like the easiest pitch and catch I've ever seen because we're playing prevent. We got 6 DBs back on the 20-yard line. And Jared Cook's just standing on the sideline saying, throw it to me,
That's
Aaron.
what's so
I'm
frustrating
wide open.
about Jared Cook. His first game with the Rams, Skip, he goes for 9 for $141, and he never had another 100-yard game. He has this kind of ability. Okay, Green Bay had him.
They did.
You think I would rather have Jared Cook than Jimmy Graham. Jimmy Graham can't run like this kid.
No, he can run.
This kid can run to be as big as he
And
is.
when he decides to, he can run people
Yes.
He has some nastiness about him.
over.
Yeah.
Well,
You always find a way.
I do.
You
Can't
always
help
find
it.
a way, Rod. That's
He
what
went
we
to
do around
Jared.
here. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
All right, Aaron Rodgers. Should he play with that bum knee? We'll talk about it next with Rob Parker.
No mercy.
All right, the million-dollar question around the NFL today. Will Aaron Rodgers be able to play against my Vikings on Sunday? I'm just owning them from now on. So, Rodgers promised he would play after Sunday night's dramatic comeback win, but Mike McCarthy said yesterday that the team is still gathering information on the knee injury and, quote, no decision has been made on Rodgers' status. McCarthy added that Rodgers is sore, and remember, the Vikings were the team that ended Rodgers' season a year ago with a broken collarbone. We're joined by Rob Parker, and Rob, we're glad you're with us. What do you think about this? Should Aaron play Sunday?
I have two reasons why Aaron Rodgers should play against the Vikings.
Should play. Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Deshaun Kaiser.
Yeah.
I mean, did you watch him?
Yeah.
Khalil Mack saw him.
I'm telling you, if the Packers have to play Kaiser, they have no shot to win that game. I'm sorry, and you cannot give this game up. Skip, it's a division game against Minnesota, the team you're going to fight with, and it's a home game. So if you could say to yourself, if we split with Minnesota and they win at home and we win at our place, okay, you can live with that. But to lose this game here, the second game, and then knowing you have to go to Minnesota later on in the year, it's not the best thing. And unless he's really hurt, I'd take a 55%, 60% Aaron Rodgers over Kaiser any day of the week. I still think he gives you a chance. Now, if you're telling me he ripped something and tore something and he could be out for the rest of the year, I get that. But other than that, if you're just telling me he's not going to be 100%, I could accept that. And if he can't do any further damage other than normal play, I'm cool with it. I think that they have to play him. It's an important game. It's a big game against the Vikings. I want Aaron Rodgers in there. He was on display. We saw Sunday night. And he's cemented, in my eyes, as being the greatest quarterback we've ever seen. Plain and simple, Skip.
Wow.
Plain and simple.
I don't know.
Your response?
I guess we just eliminated all of history, but I don't know.
I didn't say most accomplished. Did I say that? What did I say, Skip? He's the greatest thrower of the football we've ever seen.
I'm going to save it.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. You know, he wants him to sit because he wants to validate that he's the greatest quarterback ever by validating that he was actually hurt on Sunday night when Aaron said the doctor said he was not hurt at all. He was completely cleared to come back.
Did he look the same to you, Skip? I'm just
So
asking
if he wasn't hurt, so if you don't mind
You know
me
what?
asking.
He's melodramatic. He's got some LeBron James in him. He does. He's Aaron. That's who he is. He's Aaron Rodgers.
So if
he is.
So if there was nothing wrong with him, why would they bring the card out there? Why would he not just walk off the field?
Just laying it on thick. It's Aaron says, I need the card.
Give you credit. You ought to be
No,
ashamed
I'm
of
just.
yourself.
You know,
what is your eyes?
Never want to get on a card unless
you're
you have
trying to get on the card.
You would never do that. It would be like getting in a wheelchair and being wheeled off and then
He
brought
got on
back
the
in the
card,
second half.
gave his head a little shake, and then his eyes, it did look like his eyes were glistening like
Yeah,
he'd
it
been
was hurt.
crying. I'm
Yeah.
serious about that. I'm not.
It's okay to cry, Skip.
Maybe he was just afraid he was hurt.
Sure.
And then he got in the locker room and they do the test with the hands and they take a 2D picture and they say, Aaron, it's fine. You're good. Can you run a little bit? And he said he was trying to run in the
Trying, and he ain't do too much. Here's the thing. Let me ask you this. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, Aaron Rodgers plays this game, and they're up, say, they're up 10 points, and all of a sudden, Aaron Rodgers boom, because Minnesota's coming. That's what they do. Mike Zimmer, the head coach, the defensive coordinator, he eats. He sends his guys to get him, and Aaron Rodgers gets knocked out. But you won that game, but you're losing for 6 weeks.
I don't want that. But
wait a second.
But they got no shot to win, though, without
Shannon
him.
Sharpe. You could lose him in any game in any way. It's a dangerous game. Is he hurt or not?
If Aaron Rodgers is 100%, and I'm not saying 100%, but if Aaron Rodgers can protect himself and he gets hurt, I can live with that.
Okay,
Is
remember,
that when
remember all the games he played limping on his calf?
He played one game. That was
He
against
did
the
not.
Cowboys. It was against the Cowboys.
No,
Shannon, can they win
Wait,
with Kaiser?
hold on just a
No,
second.
no.
He
Okay.
played the AFC champion. I mean, the NFC
Yes.
championship game at Seattle.
Yes.
He was limping around on his calf, exaggerating. But go ahead.
You know what, Skip Bayless?
Well, he was. He was fine.
Skip, are you a doctor?
Are you?
No.
No, but you're not a
I know
doctor.
you're not.
But Skip, that's 2 games. There's 15 games left.
Okay, is he hurt or not?
Yeah.
Because if you have a grade 2 sprain where there's a partial tear, you need to miss 4 weeks at the minimum.
Even if you got a grade 1 sprain, it's still a chance he's not going to play. If he has a grade 1, he's not going to play.
Is he hurt or not? I don't know.
Yeah, he's hurt.
All I know is he said the doctor completely cleared me and said I can't hurt it any worse. How do you interpret that? Is it full-on tear, where he's already torn it and it can't be hurt any worse? I don't know. Maybe he's Superman.
No, here's the thing, Skip. For a doctor, I don't believe the doctor said. I mean, the doctor probably told him, well, Aaron, this is what it is, and you can go back out there. It's hard for me to believe that he was not injured in the first place, and the doctor saying, well, you can't do it any worse. There's absolutely you can do worse.
Well, you can do worse when you're 100% healthy and you go out and Khalil Mack bull rushes and knocks you back.
If I'm healthy and I can protect myself, that's one thing, Skip. It's just when you're a sitting duck. Aaron Rodgers' mobility, Aaron Rodgers' legs is what makes him unique, is what separates him from every other quarterback. His ability to make throws accurately outside of the pocket.
But Shannon, can they max protect, like just bring in an extra, person to just stand there and try to protect them?
Oh yeah, they can, but now you're only going to have a couple of guys out.
No, I know, I get it. But
Rob Parker, just for your information, in the second half the other night at Lambeau, the Chicago Bears registered 0 sacks and 0 quarterback pressures or hits. 0-0 across the board. They never laid hand or got within sniffing distance of Aaron Rodgers.
They sped the
second
tempo
half.
up. Well, tell Rob what they also did. They
Khalil
went no
Mack
huddle.
ran out of
He
gas.
did.
He ran out of gas because he's played no football up to that
And didn't
point.
Aaron Rodgers get rid of the ball quicker?
Yes.
It was quick. 1-2, boom. 1-2, boom.
1-2, 39 yards to Geronimo Allison.
No,
that wasn't
took time.
1-2,
That took
boom.
time. But they were tight.
But
here's the
most
thing.
of them were
Did
quick.
he not step into that throw to
No, he didn't.
Geronimo?
He just stepped-
Oh, please.
Skip.
Please.
Stop it.
This is myth making.
You
It's
already know.
mythology.
You saw them.
He majored in mythology.
No, you-
at Savannah
what they-
State. They have a great
Rob,
department.
let me tell
department. I
you,
didn't
Rob.
know.
What they did is they sped the tempo up. And the hardest thing to do for a defensive
It
lineman
is.
is rush the passer.
Especially when you've just rushed your guts out in the first half and you don't have anything left.
Yeah,
Right?
and that's what happened.
Yeah.
It's kind of like what happened in the AFC Championship game. You remember how Jacksonville was getting all that pressure on Tom Brady that was hitting him?
Right.
And then in the second
they
half,
ran out of gas.
they and then
so
played
that's the
against
excuse.
Blake Bortles.
Right. And Blake Bortles couldn't get a big first down in that second half.
But you talking about Mitchell Trubisky.
So Aaron Rodgers is so great that he's 5-6 in the playoffs since his only Super
We
Bowl.
talking about
the
injuries.
regular season. We're talking about game
But
2.
you tell me he's the greatest quarterback ever.
Oh my goodness,
I
Skip,
just have to put it back in perspective.
It is a perspective. Is the man hurt?
Yeah.
Are you saying is he hurt? Yes or no?
Do you realize at home Tom Brady against AFC teams at Foxborough is 57-2 since 2007? Think about that. Is that not greatness?
This is not a Tom Brady segment.
You brought it up.
was
I'm
gonna say.
finishing the conversation.
Is there
You
a-
cannot bring that stuff in here about Aaron
Is
Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers hurt? Yes or no?
I don't know for sure, but
Should he
but,
play?
all the evidence says he was not that hurt the other night.
What
There's no way
evidence?
he gets cleared. There's
What-
no way.
what
He's the
evidence?
franchise. What did they just give him?
34 million.
134 million? There's no way the team doctor is going to say, you are completely cleared to
Skip.
go out against the Bears. Wait a second, after what Khalil Mack had done to him in the first, you don't know that Khalil Mack has run out of gas. You probably
Rob,
think it's going to happen
Rob, let me
again
ask
in
you
the
a
second
question.
half.
Since you've been watching football, how many times have guys gotten cleared from a concussion to go back in the game in order to help win the ball?
A million
They're
times.
different.
But guys have gone back in.
Yeah, exactly, for a
guys
host of reasons.
And you know what I think? It would have been different, Skip, had they gotten him, say Khalil Mack in the third quarter, or he
Right.
took another hard hit.
Right.
I believe he would have come out at that point.
Exactly.
But they were like, let's go out, let's
No,
see
but
if
you
we
could
can
argue
get
that would have
something
been
started.
too late.
Well, but I think that's
no.
what they were doing. In this case,
I think
I don't
he
know
tweaked
how you
his
don't
knee.
play
That's
him.
what I believe. I'm suspicious. Yeah, I think it was a tweaked
You
knee.
suspicious of everybody not named
Could they-
Tom Brady?
Can they win this game without Aaron Rodgers?
No.
They have no
Heck
shot.
no.
There's a good chance they can lose this game with Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
Healthy Aaron Rodgers. Minnesota is loaded.
Absolutely.
By the way, he beat Mitchell Trubisky, who threw for
He
a
beat
grand
the
total.
Chicago
Wait a second.
Bears.
Who threw for a grand total of 62 yards in the second half and managed to score 6
How many
points.
yards did Blake Bortles throw for in the fourth?
I don't care.
You do
I
care.
don't care. It's the Saxonville defense. Tom Brady can't play defense, or maybe they would have won the Super
Mitchell
Bowl.
Trubisky can't either.
Yeah. Okay, so he's got Khalil Mack and Akeem Hicks.
Khalil Mack just got there on Thursday.
Well, he looked like he was December 4th.
First of all, he wasn't even supposed to play that many plays. They say we got him on a pitch count, maybe 20 plays.
And they played him.
They played him 42 plays.
They did 70% of the defensive snaps. Unlike Malcolm Butler, who played 0% of the snaps in the Super Bowl. Am I right? Am I right?
No,
Where are you going?
Well, because Tom Brady should have 6 Super Bowls.
There's nothing.
He threw for 505 yards in the
shouldn't-
Super Bowl.
How should he have 6? He coughed up the last one.
He could have lost to St. Louis. He could have lost to Carolina. He could have lost to.
How can you score 33 and lose a Super Bowl?
Easy.
How?
And don't forget, Carolina,
Bill Belichick?
John Casey
Aaron Rodgers
kicked the
scored.
ball out of bounds.
Aaron Rodgers
Stop
scored 45 and lost a playoff game. How you score 45?
Let Aaron Rodgers.
Them you know.
You want those back? Every time you're here, Rob,
Tired
you
of
just it gets a little intense.
Crazy.
We got to
I
say we're
think
talking
it's
about Aaron
good, though.
Rodgers, and he brings Tom Brady to
I
the
know,
bench.
because he can't help it.
Jenny, you know I'm right.
No, Jenny.
Yeah,
Jenny.
she does.
can't
She
even-
knows.
I
Skip
don't know.
Skip
Skip.
cringed watching that game Sunday, seeing Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
out.
he
I
was like,
didn't cringe.
You know it.
no, he didn't cringe. He was like,
It's Mitchell Trubisky. Come on. Legendary.
Blake Bortles.
Myth
Not
making.
quite.
Blake Bortles.
So?
Exactly.
Blake Bortles is way better than Mitchell Trubisky.
I'm not
He
sure.
is.
I'm not sure about
Well,
that.
I can just show you the QBR if you want to look at
You
it.
know what, Skip?
Blake Bortles was pretty good last year.
QBR is
Some,
is a
you know
bump.
what? Yeah.
We're gonna save that for
Yeah.
another
I can't
segment.
wait for this.
Oh, Rob, thank
Where
you
is
for
he?
being here. Guess what? We have a special guest
Yeah.
joining our
Uh-oh.
show.
There we go.
Wale is here. We're going to talk to him about LeBron, his Redskins, and plenty more.
No mercy.
Our next guest is a rapper, producer, and huge DC sports fan. His new EP, Free Lunch, is out Friday. Wale, welcome to Undisputed.
How you guys doing?
So we're longtime adversaries, Wale and I.
Yeah.
You know what? Today, Jenny, I'm going to be nice to him. I'm just going to sit back,
yeah?
relax,
You're right.
let him have the floor, and let him speak on whatever he
That
wants to
Dallas,
speak
that
on.
Dallas game humbled you,
Yeah. Which Dallas game?
but
The first
the
one?
Mavericks ain't playing right now.
Oh, I was thinking of the 2 games last year against Kirk Cousins and the Redskins.
Did you just say last year?
Yeah, last year.
When we're talking about when the season just started, you talking about last
Wait,
year.
we haven't played the Redskins yet this year. That's our arch rival, and those are the only 2 games that matter to me.
Wally, you already said you were going to fall for his tricks.
I know you
Wait,
said
do
you
you
weren't gonna
realize
do it.
Dak Prescott was 4-0 against the Redskins?
That's no problem.
4-0.
That's no problem. That's no problem.
Kirk Cousins.
That's no problem.
Wow.
That's no problem.
You
Skip.
realize-
What was he Sunday?
Wait a second. Do you realize Kirk Cousins was 1-6 against the Cowboys? Are you glad he's gone?
That's no problem.
6.
I know you're
I have
excited to hear
zero
Skip, but
problem with that.
You have zero problem. How are you
I'm happy
feeling
for
about the
Kirk.
Redskins? Because they
I
look
think
good
we look
Sunday.
good. I think
You
we.
look
I think,
good
I
for a
think,
day.
Well, you guys didn't look good for a day. So what they say, Shannon? You're only as good as your last game.
Last game.
Only as good as your last game. And I love Zeke. That's my boy.
Is he really?
Zeke
I
was
didn't
my
know that.
boy. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of
Where
love.
did that
for him.
come from?
That's just, we be on the scene. That's my guy. That's my man. Owner not so much.
He said Zeke's his guy. Zeke.
Yeah.
I just don't want Zeke to be his guy after hours, if you know what
Why
I mean.
not?
What do
I
you
don't
mean?
want Wale to be partying
What?
with Zeke because I need
Man,
Zeke
Zeke is
to
a
be
young-
in early and to be watching tape.
Zeke is a young man. He need to enjoy his life and,
Not that
and
much.
play hard. That's what they all do. They've been doing this since the NFL first started.
Play hard, party hard.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah.
Play hard, party harder.
As long as you on that field and practice in the morning,
Yeah.
that's where you build the camaraderie.
So tell me how good your Redskins are. What did you see?
I saw a lot of good blocking. I saw a lot of patient running by Adrian Peterson.
Yeah.
And I saw a patient quarterback. I just saw a team that's just playing together, and I saw an excited secondary, an excited defense, and that's all you can really ask for game 1 of the season. What about you guys?
It was impressive. I give it.
What about the Dallas Cowboys?
I predicted they would lose game 1 because that was the wrong place, wrong time against the wrong team. That team is really good on defense. Well, I just was told Luke Kuechly's the greatest linebacker in the history of pro football.
Nobody said that.
So that's what they were telling me. So we had to deal with him, and he just shut us down. Took our running game away, took all the short
Oh,
passes
one person,
away.
one linebacker did all that, huh?
Yeah, but now we don't have to see him anymore.
You mentioned Adrian Peterson. Do you believe he can sustain the way he ran?
The thing about AP is I think he's one of the best running backs of all time, but he runs so aggressive, so hard that it's almost like you
Hold your breath
every time he runs. It's like sometimes he runs like he's gonna give himself or somebody else a concussion.
Right.
But that's just he's been playing like that since he was in high school. If you see his high school tape, so I really don't know. Like you really can't predict like the way people's health in the NFL. It's just any given play, anything can happen. But I think our committee is good. Like Chris Thompson and AP, it's a great balance. You know what I'm saying?
Samaje Perine. I like him.
Samaje Perine.
Oh, yeah, he's good.
Yeah. Didn't you play running back once upon a
Yes,
time?
I did. Once upon a
High
time.
school and a little in
A
college.
little bit in college.
Yeah. How would you describe your running style? AP-ish?
I run scared. Hey, don't touch me, man. I'm trying to. I'm a. Little league, you could just always hit the sideline and be out of there. High school, you could do that sometimes. College, they wasn't having it.
No.
Them boys was faster than me, man.
I thought you could run a little bit.
I mean, I could, but hey, listen, man. You got them running back. You got them ex-running back linebackers that's out there that want they see you 150 pounds. They want to get a highlight out there.
Yep.
Yeah, I was running a little scared.
You guys make a switch at the quarterback position. Kirk Cousins goes to Minnesota. In comes Alex Smith. You like one more than the other?
As my man Triple H would say, it's best for business. It was best for business. We saved a lot of money.
You did.
In my opinion, Kirk Cousins is a great player, but I don't know if he a dog though.
Yep.
I don't know if he a dog, and what I mean by that is I don't know if he got that killer instinct that's going to have that dog in him when it's 45 seconds left in the game and you got 40 yards to go.
I agree.
I don't know, but he's great at stocking and stuffing. He can stock the stockings real good.
I can.
He can get them. He can fill up that stat board real good.
Can Alex? Does he have any dog in him? Do you see me?
Yeah, I do. I
He's
believe
got
so.
some, I believe.
I believe so.
Check down Alex. You know he's just gonna check the ball down, Wale. Stop playing.
I'll take a check down. I take the check down, and he got Vernon. He got two great tight ends too. Don't forget that.
You got Jordan. If Jordan stay healthy?
Man, you see him doing the yoga on the sideline. He be all right.
Yoga?
He be all right.
Yeah.
He be all right.
He doing yoga on the sideline.
He doing so yoga on the sideline. That means he's guided. He's limber.
So you got
Whatever it
the
takes.
Redskins winning the NFC East?
I think we got a good shot.
Long pause before that answer.
No, because I like to process my answers, like the questions. Unlike you, I like to process. I like to think about it. I'm thinking about what the Giants have going on.
Eagles.
The Eagles, but Eagles
Albert,
look like
but-
the Eagles look a little sketchy right now.
Sketchy.
Little bit, just a little bit.
Yeah.
But we all know, when certain teams get into that rhythm and just, it's good night.
Yeah.
And our Eagles is one of them teams when if they turn it on, it could be good night for a lot of people.
So pick it. Redskins win it? I don't think you're very
I think
confident.
we get 10 wins or more this year.
10 wins?
Yeah. But I also
Gruden
I
is
think
your head
I
coach?
think yeah.
Really?
Why would you insult our head coach like that? Why would you insult Mr. Snyder and his organization like that?
Mr. Snyder, I don't like anything about the Redskins. I'll insult anybody.
I don't like anything about the Cowboys.
I realize that.
I don't like the name. I don't like the colors. I don't like the owner. I don't like where his political beliefs are. But we won't go there right now.
Well, you just went.
Oh.
Yes, I did go there, but
Yeah.
I returned shortly. I'm back now.
Okay.
Center.
Well, you don't have the confidence.
Namaste. Me and Jordan Reed, we're going to do yoga
Okay.
together.
Okay. You don't have the courage of your convictions to pick your Redskins to win.
No, but I just believe football is a game that's not like that.
Oh.
Like, I don't think it's like that. I think that we can get 10 wins, but I think that, maybe the Eagles might get 11. You know what I'm saying? I think we're going to have a very competitive conference.
How are you going to get 10 when the Cowboys are going to get 10?
10 what?
Wins. Wins?
With who playing?
Ezekiel Elliott and Dak Prescott
and
and
who's
a top
catching-
5 defense?
Who's catching the ball?
Huh? I don't even care.
Like some Costco players,
Yeah,
Costco workers.
We got lots of Costco.
Costco workers.
That's what they got them
They
receivers.
better call Daz back. Just call him.
Oh, don't say that. Don't say that. Oh, he gonna get upset. He want Daz back.
He triggered. Look how triggered he is. Look how triggered he is. He mentioned Daz.
Throw him down, Wale. Throw him down.
No, Daz and
waiting
Wakanda.
to
Last
say that?
year, I wasn't throwing up the X. I was just throwing up watching Dez. That's all I was
The
doing.
thing about Dez, he get open though. He get open, and
He
he
led the league in drops. He led the league in lack of separation. That's what he led in.
that's not even a stat.
Well, I just made it up.
Yeah.
It's true.
Led the league in lack of separation.
Ask
What
the
are you
Hall of
talking-
Famer. Am
what
I
are you
right,
saying?
Hall of Famer?
Daz can't separate like
No.
he once could. And the thing,
But if you throw it in his bubble, he can get it. He's athletic.
That used to be the case.
You don't
And
think he has that anymore?
No, for what they were asking to do. The problem that I have with Dallas, I had no problem with the Cowboys moving on from Dez. The problem that I have with them is that they didn't replace him with anyone. You look at what they brought in, Michael Gallup, Terrence Williams, you move him up. I guess he's the number one now. Cole Beasley, he's mainly a slot receiver. Deontay Thompson. Alan Hearn, I mean, that's what you replaced Dez with?
Hearn was all right, though. Wasn't he with the Jaguars last year?
No, he was all right that
Yeah,
one year, 2015. He ain't been good in a while, Wale.
I think that it was things outside of actual production on the field that was his demise in Dallas.
Oh, yeah.
But if you're telling me that Dez can't be a starting wide receiver in the NFL, you tripping.
Oh, he can be a receiver. But here's the thing. But when you've been that guy for such a long time, being something,
It's hard to be.
It's hard to be something else.
Absolutely,
Yes.
absolutely.
You were
I
living-
can't think of many receivers that transition from that guy to a guy on the team. I can't think of that many.
You're living in the past. You're living in 2014.
I mean, I'm fine with him not playing with y'all. Like, please, because he did a lot to us.
So are you fine with LeBron James playing for the Los Angeles Lakers?
Oh yeah. I mean, I know that's your cup of coffee every morning is looking at a picture of LeBron.
I
know.
don't drink coffee.
Yeah, exactly. Because you look at a picture of LeBron and you get like,
Yeah, and you look at a picture of LeBron every morning and go, wow, I'm awake.
I mean, he's the best player of our generation.
Really?
I mean, yeah.
What about that Durant guy?
Yeah, he's great. He's
Pretty good.
he's great.
the MVP of the last two finals. I don't know how that
He's
happened.
great.
Yeah.
When you have to double team like 7 people,
Oh.
like you know what I'm saying? you got to understand. You got players, man. You got people to dance with.
Yeah.
And I'm not taking nothing away from Kevin. He's 7 foot that can shoot threes and dribble and
He
drive
can
and
do
everything.
that. Yep.
Don't-
So you're a LeBron worshiper like this guy is?
I'm not a LeBron
Yes, you
worshiper.
are. Yes, you
no,
are.
because
Admit it.
I prefer I enjoy watching Kyrie Irving, John Wall.
John Wall?
Yeah.
You enjoy watching John Wall?
I enjoy watching John Wall. Yes. 5.
What is he, like 8th best point guard in the league? I don't know.
What do you? So nah, he's trying to do it. He almost got me.
So
Yeah,
LeBron in purple and gold. Do you like that look?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I do. From a financial standpoint, I think that is great for the city of LA. Like they needed somebody like a blockbuster player. There's a lot of people on that team that are superstars or future superstars, like a Josh Hart, Ingram. It'll be interesting. There's definitely
you didn't mention Lonzo.
Lonzo's great. Lonzo's great. I mean, I think Josh Hart is better than Lonzo, in my opinion. That's just my opinion.
That's ridiculous. Go ahead.
It's actually not, but I think Josh and Bron and Zoe.
You like Kuzma?
Yeah, I love Kuzma. Love the Kuz. I think Kuz is good too. I think they got a great young core, and I also think that there's some things up LeBron's sleeve, and LeBron's a GM too. You know what I'm saying? I think there's some things up his sleeve for next year, and that'll be interesting.
So how many more championships does LeBron win? Long pause, hard question, don't know the answer, unsure. One.
Yeah. I said he's going to get at least one.
At least, you got like 7.
No, I didn't say that, Skip.
I just think the NBA is getting better, and they don't have much time to get it rolling. They got this year. I don't think they're gonna get. I don't think anybody's really picking them to go like past the second round.
No one's beating Golden
yeah.
State. Oh, they're not gonna beat Golden State. But they're gonna get out. They're going out of the first round. They're getting out of the first round.
Nah, not the first one. Maybe.
No, I'm saying they're getting out of the first
Oh
round.
yeah, they're getting out. Yeah. Well, it depends where they land though.
Wait a second. How are they going to beat Golden State in the first round?
They're not playing. They're gonna be the
8 plays
They're gonna
1.
be
No, I don't know about that.
He's obsessed. He's obsessed. He's so obsessed.
3 or 4 at worst.
He knows that's not
8
true.
plays 1.
He knows it's not true.
Maybe LeBron will get a new rule.
The only thing that's
8
scary
plays
is that
3.
LeBron has to play like Harden and all of these like the DeRozan and those like you got to play against a lot of talent in the West Coast like all the time. You can't bully like he did in the East Coast. He was bullying. He's not.
Cakewalking.
He's not gonna. It's not gonna. It can't happen this time. Like, you got.
We're gonna bully the West.
Are you?
We came to the West to mess with the West.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like.
We got tired of beasting the East.
I like that talk. I like it. I want
I'll
to
be right there, opening night.
I love LeBron. But I know he gets frustrated, man. I know when things ain't going his way, that boy gets frustrated.
He melts down.
You know what I'm saying?
Ain't nobody melted down.
melted
But
down.
that's different. You know, in Cleveland, it's overcast, it's snowing. Out here in L.A., it's lovely all the time.
True.
Lovely day.
Can't really go wrong.
Oh, you can't go right.
Does it rain in Southern California?
Never rain.
Yes, that's what's
It rained
Yeah.
yesterday.
So glad you were here because you had this guy going a bit.
A
This
little
is
bit.
fun.
I
You can
rattle
come back
him.
anytime.
He's my arch
I'm
nemesis. He
rattled.
knows.
You know, I'm gonna
He's
lose
triggered.
sleep tonight.
All you got to say is LeBron. He's
Now we have to
That's
hang out
going
all day.
crazy.
Thank you for being
Oh, and they
here,
got rid of
Wale.
Lou Aldain's contract, too.
Yeah.
That, we ain't talking about that. He got 30+ million next year for somebody.
All right,
You know what?
Minnesota. Dude. He went to Minnesota.
I have to admit this.
What?
I still love you.
Huh?
I still love you. I can't help
I
it.
love you too, man.
Okay.
Wow, you guys. Let's end it
Love
with a
you.
cherry on
My
top.
eyes are sweating.
Come back anytime.
No mercy.
Way back in 2011, Kevin Durant and LeBron James joined forces to record a rap song called It Ain't Easy. We had never heard the recording until now. It has finally come out, and Durant name dropped Skip. Let's take a listen.
Relaxing in the C6 bands is how I get around. I got the money, but that's the root of all evil. I stay the same, but it's changing all the wrong people. Yeah, and every hater all the same. I'm feeling like the world is Skip Bayless and I'm LeBron James. Look, now I got a body full of tattoos. Everybody say that I'm changing, that it's not true. Single parent, just mom, dad gone. It's all good, pops. You made a kid strong. Ain't no way you can stop this kid. Mama knew was a star from the baby bib. I had to make it out, no other option. No, ain't nothing in the world that I ain't copping. Yo, y'all already know what it is. Now let me just spread my wings while y'all listen to the voice of this hook sing.
You think that
Get
it's
'em.
easy?
I kind of like
You
that.
think
That's
that it's
fun.
easy? I didn't make it do. I make it look easy over here, Skip
We're all
Bayless.
dancing.
Get him, King.
Okay, Skip, after hearing this for the first time, what was your
Yes.
reaction?
So, background. I first heard about this back in 2011 when the lyrics were leaked, but we couldn't actually hear the song.
Right.
But I did know that Kevin had rapped a line about me, and I knew that the line was, I feel like the world is Skip Bayless and I'm LeBron James.
Yep.
And I talked on TV about the line because I thought it was funny. But remember what was going on in 2011. This was during the lockout that lasted until Christmas Day. But LeBron was coming off the epic meltdown in his first finals with the Heat against the Dallas Mavericks. So to date, at that point in history, LeBron had been swept by the Spurs and he had flamed out against the Dallas Mavericks. So he was 0-2 in the finals. But what also shook me up about that time was that Kevin came across in the song as such a criticized player, and I was his biggest fan. You know, I'm still a big fan of his, but I was really a big fan back in 2011, and he had already won 2 scoring titles at that point. Now, destiny was about to match him against LeBron in the next NBA Finals, and LeBron finally broke through and won. But I couldn't understand the "oh, woe am I" from Kevin Durant at that point because I didn't think he had any "oh, woe" to be upset about, right? Like, he was really good, man.
Right.
And it looked like they were the team on the verge, and they were about to break through and wipe out my Spurs and get to an NBA Finals. They kind of flamed out themselves in that Finals. But now I read last Friday when the thing finally dropped and was made public that this producer, Frankie Wahoo is his name, he is suggesting that LeBron's camp tried to bury this song, Low These Many Years,
Right.
because they thought LeBron came off badly in it. And the quote from Frankie Wahoo is, "This is the first time LeBron's been human. He's not good at this." That made him seem less of a superstar in the public eye. If you hear LeBron James rapping subpar, that would kind of take away from his image a little bit.
I don't
okay?
think I don't think that's
All right.
what played into it, Skip. I think the part about him polishing up, he got goons polishing up the chrome. He doesn't want that aspect of it.
Okay.
It's just a rap song.
Okay, so to me, and this is my 2 cents, and you can say, what do I know? But when I heard it Friday, I didn't think LeBron was that bad. I thought he was decent. I thought, again, was he great? No, but he was decent. So if this had been released in 2011, would I have shamed LeBron for that performance? Nope, I wouldn't have. And I actually think Kevin's pretty good.
Kevin had the lyrics on it. But you know what? After listening to this song
Yeah.
and hear what KD had to say, you've been hating for a long time. It's 2018. They wrote this in 2011.
2011?
So you've been hating for at least 7 years.
You mean I've been truth-telling?
No,
for a long
you've been
time?
hating.
Wait, I just told you. I just framed the history of that moment. LeBron had an epic meltdown in games 4, 5, and 6. He disappeared. The chosen one became the frozen one. How can you defend that? Was that hating or truth-telling?
All I know is this. So all I want to know is that Dez Bryant say you be hating, KD say you be hating, Bron say you be hating.
A lot of people hate the truth.
Yeah, you be hating.
They hate the truth, right?
They don't say O'Shea Sharpe be hating. Because they know I be spitting it for real.
So are you jealous that somebody hasn't rapped lyrics about what a big hater you are?
Because I'm not a hater.
Oh.
They already know.
I think you have turned into the biggest hater.
No.
You are offending player after player because they say, this ex-player has turned on us?
No, I didn't turn on them.
Yeah, you did.
No.
Huh?
They know I'm going to tell the truth, though.
Oh,
No, you ain't telling the truth. You
just-
hating. You doing what we
Am
call...
I right?
No.
Yes, I'm
You're
right.
doing what we call lightweight hating.
Oh, lightweight hating.
Yeah.
As opposed to heavyweight hating?
Yeah.
Because I was right about... I predicted LeBron's collapse before he collapsed. That's interesting.
And he pumped himself back up. Now look at him now.
Huh.
On top of the world, looking like Leonardo DiCaprio in Titanic. On top of the world! Yeah, flying high. You heard him. You heard what he said.
Well-
Thanks, Pop. You made me a strong man.
Yep. Well, you know what my friend Stephen A. Smith reported back during that finals in 2011, the first Heat finals, that LeBron went back to his hotel room in Dallas after they won Game 3 at Dallas to put themselves up through 2 games to 1. And he made a list of, I'm going to tell these people so, and I was number 1 on that list. Like he was going to come after me as soon as they closed the deal.
And then you know what he realized?
What?
He says, I don't play this game to say I told you so. I play this game because I love this game. And so once he got rid of that hit list, he can free himself. Because when you start...
freed himself so much that he completely disappeared in the next 3 games. How is that possible?
No.
Have you ever seen a superstar meltdown like that? I've never seen anything like that.
He said...
It's interesting.
When he won, this was what he was going to do. He lost that series. He realized that he was playing for all the wrong reasons. I'm playing to show people. I'm going to tell you. No, he played the game because he loves it. And if you love the game and you be good at it, they ain't need to tell you that. After you saw what he did to your Oklahoma City Thunder,
well, how
you
did
knew
you
it.
explain what he did in that first year with the Heat? I don't get that.
It happened.
It just happened?
Okay, what happened to the Thunder?
What
happened to your Spurs?
Changing the narrative again.
No, what narrative?
You're not explaining how he melted down.
There was no explanation
No,
needed.
everybody said, we've never seen anything like that. I didn't say that. Everybody said that.
So he's the only one. So when Magic Johnson, when they coined the term,
Magic didn't melt down.
the man dribbled out the clock.
Okay, but that
dribbled
was
out the clock.
one mistake, one faux pas, one moment.
Okay.
Did it happen in game 4, 5, and 6 to Magic? No.
No.
Did it happen to LeBron? Yep.
He had a bad series.
It was
So he's the
horrible.
only one that's ever had a bad series?
No, but superstars, no one's ever done that before.
Stop
But
it.
he bounced back, and now he's 3-6 in the finals. That's pretty good.
The best player. No player can say they've been the best player for a decade straight. He's been the best player for a decade straight at the bare minimum.
No player can say
None.
that?
Zero. What part about zero didn't you understand?
That guy up in Chicago can't say that?
No, not for a decade straight.
Not for a decade?
No, because you got to realize, his first 6 years in the league, Magic and Bird was getting all the MVPs.
What do they call
They were
it?
getting all the finals.
Jesus and sneakers? They're already
Call it
calling
what you want to.
Jesus and sneakers.
Yeah, they call him Jesus and Sneakers. But oh God, oh Larry Bird and Magic Johnson kept him down. They held him down. They said, you the son. You my son.
Shannon.
Yeah, you know it.
You're getting blasphemous.
You know it. Did you know it?
You're going to get struck by lightning.
Let me ask you a question. In the 80s, how many finals did Michael Jordan appear in?
I haven't counted.
You know.
I just know for at least 10 years, he was by far the best
What
player.
10?
He's the greatest player ever.
What
Shannon. You got to
10?
give it up.
What 10?
Any 10. I mean, through 98, 88 to 98.
No.
Yes.
Bird and Magic said no, sir. No, sirree. No, sirree.
They would all tell you.
No,
he
they
was.
would not tell
They
me
would.
nothing.
If Magic were sitting here right
I
now,
mean,
he'd say he was the best.
that's what, Magic real hard. I expect Magic to say that. Magic Mike, man, he had a tongue. That tongue be hanging out of his mouth. He real good. Magic gonna say that. Bird gonna say that. But they know deep down inside,
They do not.
all them MVPs they had collected, Michael couldn't get one.
You know, this.
But he was getting a scoring title, though, Skip. He was winning them scoring titles.
It ain't easy. This song should be your theme song.
Nah, it ain't
Because
easy.
it ain't easy defending LeBron James.
It is easy.
It ain't.
The
It
best-
ain't easy going against me.
If you don't mind me asking, name the last time a player's been the best player in the NBA in year 15.
Well, that's sad commentary on the NBA right now, I guess.
What you be saying, commentary?
Yeah.
The man is 27, 8, and 9.
Shannon, he finished 308th in individual defensive win shares. Don't give me best player.
Best.
Really?
The best. The best.
Huh. He was the best offensive player.
He's the best NBA player.
Shoot like Kevin Durant.
Best NBA.
You know Kevin Durant's better.
No, stop doing that. Don't do
Well,
that.
who was the MVP of the finals the last 2 years? That's all you need to know.
So
Case closed.
Is that how we doing it?
Yeah.
So are you telling me Nick Foles is the best player in the NFL? Because he was the Super Bowl MVP.
Has he been back-to-back Super Bowl MVP?
Whoa.
Back-to-back?
He took down Tom. Think about it. Tom Brady lost to Nick Foles and Eli.
Bill Belichick took down Tom Brady.
No, Tom, don't do this, Skip.
He
Don't
did.
do this. See, now you hate on Coach
I'm not
Belichick.
doing it. You do
now
it.
Now you
You
hate
know
on
it.
Coach Belichick.
He took him down.
I mean, at least LeBron.
Did Malcolm Butler play in that game?
LeBron is losing to KD, Steph Curry, Tim Duncan, all these guys. Nick Foles? Is Nick Foles going to have a gold jacket? How many of those offensive players are going to have a gold jacket?
In football, do you get to play both sides? Do you get to play defense and offense? No, not today, not anymore.
You didn't say that.
Can Tom Brady play safety?
You didn't say anything about him playing both sides when they shut the Rams down. You didn't say anything about that.
When who shut the Rams down?
The New England Patriots.
Yeah.
The greatest show on turf held them to 20 points.
No.
You didn't mention anything.
Tom Brady was just a baby.
Hold on. No.
He was. But man, in the
Was he
end.
playing defense?
Whew.
Was he playing defense?
Was Tom Brady not clutch at the end of that game?
Oh, so in other words, hold on. I just want to make sure I'm hearing you correctly. So Tom Brady doing his job by getting them in field goal range is different than Aaron Rodgers doing his job, getting them in field goal range, or LeBron James doing his job, setting someone up for a wide open pass.
Shannon, he's won 5 Super Bowls and played in 8. It's over.
So he can't be the
3 and 6.
You can't be the great.
Wait a second. Aaron Rodgers is 5 and 6 in the postseason.
He won
since his 1 Super Bowl. So you got to give it up.
So okay.
This is a losing battle you're fighting.
Okay, LeBron, you can't be the GOAT because you're 3 and 6. Tom Brady, you can't be the GOAT because you're 5 and 3, and Joe Montana is 4 and 0 with no interceptions, all TDs, no INTs.
5 more than 4.
Whoa, you lost.
And wait a second, those 3 include the luckiest pass in the history of the Super Bowl, and also includes a big asterisk because Bill Belichick failed to play Malcolm Butler and gave up 41 points to Nick Foles.
You see how you do that?
Tom Brady set the all-time playoff record in a Super Bowl.
You see what you did?
All-time, 505. You can't get better than that.
And I had to stay open late.
He was 40 years old.
Jenny, you had one of the most juicy Lucy's, haven't you, from Minnesota?
Have I?
I had a Juicy Lucy waiting on Tom. But what I did, I set him in the middle of my restaurant because I wanted everybody to see that look on his face.
So you moved your restaurant to Minneapolis?
Yeah, I brought it to Minneapolis.
Mobile.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it might be in Atlanta this year, too.
Is it like a meal on wheels or
something?
something?
No, ain't no meal on wheels.
Like a food truck? Shannon driving?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I take this thing on the road. I made sure everybody see it.
Really?
He had his head down.
Did he? I think he had his head up. He just set a playoff record.
He took the L. Hold on. So let me ask you a question. Should LeBron James, after he averaged a triple-double, should he have his head up because he averaged a triple-double?
Did his coach sabotage him? No.
No, J.R. Smith sabotaged him.
Oh. And then LeBron melted down like I've never seen anybody melt down.
He melted down.
Yeah.
Don't do that, Skip. That's so unbecoming of you. See, I told you, KD, you got it right. He hating KD. You right, KD. He hating.
We started with a
I
rap.
hate
and
KD?
We have gone.
No, you hating on KD and Bron.
I'm not hating on KD. I've never hated on him.
But
He's hated on me.
But you heard that, Jenny? You heard what he said?
I did.
KD is a
I'm not
hater.
hating on KD. He ain't mentioned nothing about LeBron. Now, we were talking about 2 people. He mentioned KD.
I didn't. That has been noted.
What you call hate is my truth.
No mercy.
Thanks for listening to the Undisputed podcast. I'm Jenny Taft. We'll be back at the same time tomorrow morning, 9:30 Eastern. We'll see you then.
Fox Sports. One of one.